Welcome guys, I am Freddy and today I'm bringing you the in-depth review of Back to Karkand DLC for Battlefield 3. So without further ado, let's start with the weapons, and I have the stats right in front of me right now. We have on the assault class, we have the FAMAS and the L85. The FAMAS is quite a good weapon, has very high RPM. The recoil is, I think, quite similar to the F2000, with the difference that it has a little bit more spread on the left and right horizontal, axis. And on the next weapon, the L85A2, I love this gun very much. The first bullet recoil is quite big. I think it's like the M16s, but the overall vertical recoil and sideways spread is quite good. It's a long-range weapon, but I find it quite useful also in the short-range combat. The RPM are quite low, it's 650. On the engineer class we got the G53. I don't find anything special about this gun. The damage is exactly the same with other guns, and the stats are, I think, the stats are a little bit worse than the G36. It has more first bullet recoil, it has more sideways recoil. The upwards recoil is exactly the same than with the G36. And then we got the QBZ 95B. This weapon, if you don't know, you cannot add a grip on it because I think it already has or something like that. Quite controllable gun, very low, 650 RPM. Exactly the same stats with the G53, but a little bit less vertical recoil, so it makes it, and with combination with the lower RPM, it makes it very effective in long ranges. I personally prefer, for long ranges with the engineer class, I prefer the AK-74U. If you slap a PKA on it and a heavy barrel or something like that, it's a sniper. it's instantly transformed to a sniper. On the support class, I very like this edition of the QBB 95 weapon. It's this weapon is quite similar to the M249, but the recoil is a little bit more, but the RPM is low, so this makes it a quite good weapon for long range bursts, range controlled bursts. And it sounds quite ridiculous, but I was playing the Recon class trying to unlock the weapons, and I got sniped 2 or 3 times with that weapon. It's a great weapon, guys. Then we got the MG36. It's exactly the same weapon, exactly the same stats, but it has 750 RPM, and the recoil is quite uncontrollable on this one because the RPM are quite high, but the weapon is good in long range and in spraying. If you want to spray that shit, it's like having a shotgun. And on the Recon class, I think we had 2 useless additions, because the QBU88 is exactly the same weapon with the SVD and the MK11 and the M39 EMR. So if you have an overview of the Recon weapons, you can see that 4 rifles, we have 1, 2, 3, we have 10 rifles. Okay, with the Back to Karkand DLC we have 10 rifles, 10 sniper rifles. 4 are semi-automatic and are exactly the same stacks. Recoil, sideways, first bullet, distance, damage, everything is the same. I don't agree with that shit. I don't know, useless addition to me. It doesn't even worth to make the effort to unlock it, except if you unlock it just for playing Recon. Then we got the L96, and the thing with that weapon is it's exactly the same with the SV98 and with the M40A5. So we got four semi-automatics that are exactly the same, and 3 bolt action that are exactly the same. So if you actually look the weapon choices that the Recon class has, it's 1 semi-automatic SKS for kinda shorter range because the damage is lower, 1 bolt action, and 1 very long range bolt action, the M98. So 10 rifles No, guys, there are not 10 rifles, there are only 4. So That's fucking retarded. I'm very pissed about that, the Recon's arsenal. Anyways, continuing the PDW weapons, PP19, quite good weapon, but it has a very low, it has very low damage. The starting damage is 16.7, and the long range damage is 9.1. So if you want to kill a guy with that weapon in long range, you need 10 bullets. The clip, the RPM are very high, or 900 RPM, and the clip is quite big, is 55 bullets, but I don't think the recoil and the stats are exactly the same with the PP19, but the PP19 has more damage. So I actually don't find any reason why you should use PP19. And it goes also the same about the MK3A1. This weapon is exactly the same with the USS-12, but the only difference is that it has one more shell on the clip. So same stats, same everything. I don't know, guys. The only good additions that I found on this back to Karkand is QBZ-95 for the engineer, great long range weapon, and the L85A2 for the assault class, and the QBB-95 for the support class. And that was about it for the weapon in-depth analysis. That was actually my opinion, guys, and I think it was quite truth for what I have experienced from this game. And we're continuing on the maps. See, you see a back to Karkand rush gameplay, but I really enjoy this map. Back to Karkand is a great map, even for assault, conquest, and rush. I enjoy this the big areas and the small areas that you can actually use your shotgun and stuff like that. If you actually want to play more close range, and you can go up in a roof and snipe. Very great map, guys. I love this map. And also the Sarki Peninsula is a map that I love in rush and in conquest. Very great map, good addition. Long range, small range, vehicles. Quite good way, quite great map. On the I think the next map is Wake Island. I don't know. On the PC, I think that it's the gameplay on Wake Island is gonna be quite different, because we only have 24 players, and if you're playing Conquest, guys, and listen to this, I think I'm quite sure what I'm talking about. To go ahead and try it yourself. Go and play Conquest on Wake Island. You won't find a fucking person for like 5 minutes straight. Everyone is trolling for the jets, for the helicopters. If each team gets 2 jets and 1 helicopter, so you have 6 people out of 24 in the vehicles in the air. Then you got the AA guns, you got the tanks. So the guys that are actually some guys from these are inside the vehicle. So I don't think that that there are like not even 10 people running around the map, especially on the Conquest. Quite horrible. That's quite stupid in my opinion. And the last map, did I say? Are we done with the maps, guys? Wait, I said back to Karkand, Sark Peninsula, Wake Island. Oh, Gulf of Oman. Yeah, sorry, Gulf of Oman. I love this map, guys. Great for conquest, great for assault conquest. I didn't like the Rust and placements so much, but the conquest was great. Go with getting a squad with 2 or 3 friends. Go there, guys. Get in a vehicle, run around, snipe, mortar. You can do everything on that map. I love this. Gulf of Oman, Strike at Karkand are my favorite back to Karkand maps. And this commentary is actually running a little bit too long, guys. Thank you for watching. I know this wasn't the gaming news for today, but I had to do that in-depth back to Karkand review, guys, because I wanted to share that information with you. I hope I helped you. Subscribe if you're interested, guys, in staying up to date in random shit. But you know, this today's episode was quite special. And thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day, and I'm out.